Christmas.
I tried Monster Hunter for the very first time in 2023, and I'm going to share my experience with you guys. What's up, everyone? It's Josh again, and I am back for another gaming video. I already told you guys what I'm going to be talking about today. The gameplay that you will be seeing is of me doing a hunt. This hunt is in the early part of the game. It's the second map you unlock, the Wildspire Waste. So enjoy that gameplay, or if you want to just listen along, feel free. So as someone who started this series for the very first time in this year, I will say this isn't my first time trying it. I think in the past I maybe tried it on the DS before, or I tried it at a friend's house, and I can for certain say that I did not like it at the time, or I wasn't ready for it at all at the time. This year was the first time I genuinely gave it an honest chance. As someone who has PC/Xbox Game Pass, I saw that Monster Hunter Rise was on there. I downloaded it because it looked cool, I gave it a shot, and I did seem to enjoy it. So as I began to just start my experience with the game, I did what I always do, and I went to YouTube. And when I went to YouTube, all the advice that I could find was steering me towards this game called Monster Hunter World. Now, even just looking at gameplay from them both, you can certainly tell that they are pretty different games. I have plenty of videos on my channel where I talk in depth about why I love Monster Hunter World so much, so I won't really get into that, but all I will say is I'm glad I gave that a chance. I still would like to play Monster Hunter Rise, but I'm still just enjoying World so much that I'm going to continue to ride out this experience. As someone who is brand new to the Monster Hunter series, here are some things that I noticed just as my first experience as a Monster Hunter player. First, the vibes were so surprisingly nice and upbeat. I honestly thought that Monster Hunter would be kind of violent and dark, considering it's a game about killing big monsters, but instead it's really peaceful. It has a lot of calm music, really cool scenarios, really cool scenery, awesome AI companions, awesome NPCs that you meet throughout your journey, and it really is honestly a heartwarming experience. It's just a fun, feel-good game, and it's really amazing that they managed to do that in a game that's about decimating large monsters. The next thing that I noticed was the very beginning of my experience with this game. The gameplay honestly felt a little clunky for me. I started out with dual blades, I started out with a long sword, sworded shield, bow, and I really couldn't figure out kind of how to even play this game. Monsters were whooping me right away, and I was getting frustrated at first. The big answer for this was continuing to try different weapons till I found the one that clicked with me, which was a great sword, so I'm so glad that I did that. This is a unique piece of advice that I will share with you guys. I did not use the training room. What I recommend is try different weapons on easy hunts, because that is the easiest way to actually get a feel for it instead of hitting something that's not moving. That's just my opinion. Shout out to all my great sword users out there too. Next thing that I noticed is that this game has skill checks. So what I mean by that is there are missions that are purposely meant to be pretty difficult. When they are meant to be difficult, you are meant to reevaluate everything. Reevaluate your build, see if you can upgrade your armor, or basically just even adjust your approach. Not really a spoiler here, but my first wall was Diablos, and I remember thinking that I was close to beating the game and that it was really hard, but in reality it just meant that I had a lot more to learn, and once I did, that fight wasn't very bad, and that was really early on in the game, honestly. This game is meant to be a grindy game, and I love grindy games, so this game has really kind of hit the right spots for me. It's not only about the main missions, it's about the investigations, the side missions, bounties, everything else. So with that being said, part of learning all of those things also comes with utilizing items correctly, because that makes the game a lot easier when you do that. I noticed for me, I struggled a bit with kind of adapting to all the variations of items because there are a lot. But be patient with yourself, you don't need to know them all right away, and you will kind of learn as you go along. The game does a really good job at kind of letting you continue to progress and learn as you go. My first few hours of the game, I wasn't capturing any monsters at all, and now I am obsessed with that. So it really just will kind of come as you just continue to play and get the feel for the game. The next thing that I really started to notice about this game was there are a lot of unique monsters. And obviously this game is called Monster Hunter, but really that's what this game is all about. All of these monsters have such personalities, such a vibe, they give off such unique energy, and it's just awesome. It really does not get old fighting these monsters, capturing these monsters, literally just seeing a monster walk by you and you hoping that it doesn't get aggressive. It just doesn't get old. It is such a vibe, and they nailed it. So kudos to Capcom. This is awesome. The next thing that I noticed that I really enjoyed about this game, the Palico is amazing. You literally have a furry friend that follows you around. You get to level him up. He really is helpful. I'm so glad that they threw the Palico in there. And the Palico even makes other furry friends. And those other furry friends help you too. And this game is just full of surprises. And this was certainly one of them. So I'm really grateful about that. The next thing that really surprised me was the story. I'm not really a story person, especially in games like this, but I was really pleasantly surprised. The story progressed well, it moved fast, it really did move along and was interesting. Along with that, once you beat the game, they added some updates to this game, and I will put no spoilers at all, but all I will say is that for anyone who's just a video game fan, an RPG fan, there is such a treat at the end of this game that literally put such a big smile on my face, and I couldn't tell you the last time a video game did that the way this did. It was just such a cool, fun, not super serious, just little cameo that they added at the end. So you guys should definitely check that out for yourself. And honestly, guys, my absolute favorite part of this game is just capturing different monsters. I don't know why. In a weird way, it almost feels like the child in me who loved Pokemon is really getting it out again. But it almost feels like that. It is so much fun to weaken these monsters and then capture them and build gear off of it. And it really does not get old, especially that feeling of like throwing down that second trank bomb and then it comes up that you captured it. Every time it brings such a good feeling. And it really is miraculous the way these developers put together this game that really doesn't get stale and has built such an amazing community. And honestly, this game is something special. So if you are either familiar with Monster Hunter or you are brand new to it, check out this game because I am so glad that I did. It's not even expensive. You can get it for $10 when I made this video. And it also goes on sale all the time. So definitely check it out. What monster should I hunt for my next gameplay as the background? Let me know, and whoever does pick and I use it, I'll give you a little shout out in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this video, and if you enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying really hard to grow. Peace.